Hey, what is going on YouTube? Ron here. We are back on my Mac and we are in my Discord. A huge shout out to Mr. BA Bad and Tiger Terrorist and Legendary V19 for dropping these new hints for me. We do have a new ship spotted in testing, and Mr. Final Boss actually confirmed it in the general Discord here. He put a little picture where he is using the radar of the USS Constellation. We also have an image, like I said, from Mr. Tiger Terrorist here, of the ship in a live server. So it's going to be a tier 7. As you can see, it's going against tier 6 ships there, which makes sense because the ship is a tier 8. On top of that, we also have rocket planes spotted. I will go ahead and edit in a clip of those on the main menu. Now, we're going to get into the details of that and what tier I think they're going to be at. But just remember, guys, I think the Constellation is going to come sooner rather than later, as it was spotted in live server testing. Wargaming, just like the Hindenburg Easter egg, likes to drop in these ships, hints, but unfortunately, I do think rocket planes are coming. Now, that being said, I don't think they're going to be as influential, and let's just think of the player base for a second. I have sort of shifted my opinion that, I mean, I've always felt this way, but the biggest problem with this game is the player base. It's you, it's me, it's kind of everyone. Each of us having our own idea how to play the game. So carrier players I've always kind of avoided destroyer players, at least the bad ones anyway. Good carrier players know that they have to spot and go after destroyers. So if you were going to get focused regardless, now it'll just be with rocket planes if you're in a destroyer. But regardless of that, we do have the ship stats for the USS Constellation here. It is an American tier 8 battleship on PC, so probably and most likely going to stay a tier 7 for our game. This was a battle cruiser of the Lexington class, built under the Naval Act of 1916 after World War I. So it was kind of like a dreadnought type, a Lexington class American super heavy cruiser. So a battle cruiser with radar actually and torpedoes. So it has basically Fletcher torpedoes here, 9.2 range, 16,000 max damage, 55 knot top speed, as well as access to a radar. So I'm not sure how long the radar is. I'm sure radar is 10 kilometers. Okay, so 30 seconds and a reload time of 120. That is on PC. They might nerf it down a little bit for Legends. Our game is a little condensed, although this is something that is often missed. The maps are the same size, right? The point of view is different. Now, certain maps like Land of Fire, the cutoff version, which I really don't like, are now obviously smaller. But for the most part, our maps are actually the same size as PC. It's the field of view, which is different. But besides the guns, the radar, it has 63,000 health here. We talked about the torpedoes. The reload time on those guns is 30 seconds. So something else to note is it only has a 27 millimeter bow. So if you guys want, I will link this and you guys can read all about it. But the USS Constellation is probably going to be a battle cruiser type, where it uses its speed and angles to get on the edge. And this is actually a good thing. I'm not excited about another battleship, although a tier 7 battleship would be fun, as opposed to another tier 8 campaign. I really want some more cruisers, but this thing looks kind of fun. So but speaking of the armor, you will need to angle, and that is something a lot of players just don't understand. Talking about rocket planes and carriers not spotting destroyers, angling is going to be your friend because you have a 27 millimeter nose, which can be overmatched by 406s. So going up against tier 7 battleships with 406s and a majority of tier 8s, and even some tier 6s, you will get overmatched. So if you sit in bow tank, you will be removing half of your firepower, as you can see, 2 guns on the front there and 2 on the back. So make sure that you are, appropriately angling. So she looks chunky. I wonder how big that Citadel is. So this used to be a Lexington carrier, and then it looks like they put a battleship on top. So yeah, that's what that is. But that is the first part of this video. The second part of this video, again, I will link in here the video I took of the main home screen here, where we do see what looks to be British rocket planes. Now, I went and did some research for you guys, so make sure to give the video a like for my research. And I was going through it. It doesn't look like the tier 7. What is that? The Implacable, whatever it is. It does not look like any tier 7 rocket planes, but what it does look like is the Furious tier 5 rocket planes. And I don't know about you guys, be careful searching this. I guess one of these searches is not safe for work. So this is what we searched to get this plane here, but this looks almost identical to what we saw on the home screen campaign image there. So Looks like the unupgraded version of the Furious rocket planes here, and I'm guessing the Sea Hurricane will be the upgraded version. As so goes with these, the carrier upgrades. But basically, is there any detection? Is there any little? No, there's no. Basically, rocket planes are to hunt destroyers. They're quick, low alpha strike planes, that are able to hit a target, going a little bit faster. So, destroyer players, watch out. You guys will not be able to get flanks, just around the enemy base, which is why I hate capture the base. But I think this is I'm not super happy with carriers, but I think this is a good thing because destroyer players need to know that they have to help their team, right, in some form of fashion. And also, carrier players need to know they need to help their destroyer players. Throw your fighters over destroyers. Protect your friendly teammates. Go after enemy destroyers, right? This is a cat and mouse, a rock, paper, scissors game, and I do think carriers throw off that dynamic a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of carriers, but basically, you need to play as a team is my message for that. But those are the two ships we have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that little first look at those. Hopefully the rocket planes, like we mentioned, Wargaming puts those Easter eggs kind of in the campaigns. The Graf Zeppelin was in the Mino campaign, and it didn't come for a few updates. So hopefully the Hindenburg comes before rocket planes. I don't want them in the game, but it will be nice for destroyers, who flank around the back of the map to be taken care of swiftly. So that is all we have for you guys in today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to Tiger Terrorist, Legendary V19, and BA Bad. All three of those gentlemen actually have YouTube channels, so I hope they comment and you guys go follow them. But thanks for the helpful tips there, and a huge shout out to Final Boss for playing that ship. So wink, wink. Hope everyone has a great day. Love you guys. AA run out. Peace.